Hi there, it's Linda here from Just for Tummies. The whole of April we are going to be dedicating it to IBS awareness. We're also going to be touching on bowel cancer this month too. So every year, April is IBS awareness month, and it's also bowel cancer awareness month. But this video today is about IBS. So are you one of the tens of thousands of people in the UK that have been diagnosed with IBS? Maybe you've been told that you have to learn to live with your IBS, which is something that I totally disagree with, and I'll be covering that later. Maybe you display IBS symptoms like painful bloating, trapped gas, constipation, diarrhea, and you've not actually been properly diagnosed by your doctor yet. If this is you, then I strongly recommend that you do go and get properly diagnosed, because IBS symptoms overlap with many other disease symptoms, some that are more serious than IBS. So IBS is it's a collection of symptoms. It's a syndrome. It's not a disease. And so a syndrome is when there are several symptoms and they're all kind of clumped together. And this really is because the NHS, our health authorities, don't really know what's causing this collection of symptoms. So what you need to do, you need to get properly diagnosed, because your GP will need to rule out that you haven't got celiac disease, which is an autoimmune disease where if you eat anything that contains gluten, the gluten attacks the lining of your small intestine, causing pain, bloating, and causing leaky gut. They also need to check that you haven't got inflammatory bowel disease, the two most common being ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. They need to check, and this depends upon your medical history, your age, your family history. They need to check that you haven't got colorectal cancer. And if you're a woman, they need to check that you haven't got any gynecological disorders like ovarian cysts, maybe endometriosis, and that you haven't got any gynecological cancers like ovarian cancer, because many of the aforementioned, I've just mentioned, the symptoms are very, very similar. Some are the same as IBS. It's very important to get them checked out. But if you have all these tests and they come back negative, then what does your GP, what can your GP do for you? They can recommend drugs. If you have constipation, they can recommend drugs to speed up transit time. If you have diarrhea, they can recommend drugs to slow it down. If you have painful bloaty gas, they can recommend antispasmodic type drugs. They can recommend antidepressants that can sometimes help, maybe not because you're depressed, but can sometimes help relax the gut and enable it to work more efficiently. They may recommend you to try the FODMAP diet, where you are eliminating certain foods that can cause a lot of gas in the digestive system. I'm not a huge fan of the FODMAP diet. For me, I like to get to the root cause of what's causing the IBS symptoms, and invariably it is not food intolerances. So you shouldn't need to eliminate foods. I mean, there must have, if you are a person with IBS and you are finding that you're having to eliminate certain foods now, then was there a time in your life when you could eat those foods and you didn't blow up like a balloon, and they didn't make you constipated or have to dash off to the loo for a bowel movement? If this is you, you have to think, well, what happened between then, when you could eat those foods, and now you can't eat those foods because you have an IBS type reaction? And usually it's something like you've taken antibiotics, maybe you've taken multiple courses of antibiotics in that period, and those antibiotics will have completely wiped out billions of your friendly gut bacteria, as well as irritating the lining of your stomach. And that's going to hugely impact your digestive system's ability to properly digest all the different food groups that you're eating. Maybe in that period from when you were able to eat foods and now you can't, maybe you had food poisoning. You had a bacterial infection like food poisoning. Maybe it was Campylobacter. Maybe you had a virus like norovirus. So bacterial and viral gut infections can cause diarrhea. And of course, that's your body's response to purging your bowel of whatever pathogen is in there. It wants to get it out of your system as soon as possible before it causes any more damage. So diarrhea can be a good thing. But very often, diarrhea can wash out billions of your friendly gut bacteria. And not just that, if you've had a bacterial infection or a virus, how do you know that that bacteria, that pathogen, or that virus is still not sitting in your gut, causing recurring IBS type flare ups? And that's when, if someone contacts me with such symptoms, I would recommend our 5-day charcoal deep cleanse of the digestive system, followed by 30 days taking the supplements in our Perfect Balance kit. So at the beginning of April, IBS Awareness Month, I just wanted to yes, give you my message about IBS. You don't have IBS is not a disease. It's not an organic disease. It's a functional disorder. It's where something has gone wrong with the function of your digestive system. And it's important, if you display any of those symptoms, if you haven't been properly diagnosed, you go and see your GP so they can ensure there's nothing serious causing the symptoms. But if everything comes back negative, if you're told you have to live with IBS, don't accept that. You do not have to live with IBS. There are practitioners like me. I have over 30 years in helping people successfully resolve their digestive and gut disorders, and certainly their IBS symptoms. Just read some of our Google reviews, read the reviews on the Just for Tummies website. I think they, people who we have helped over the years, they explain very well how we've helped them. And yes, of course, you're welcome to contact us. There are lots of different ways you can contact Just for Tummies. You can reply to this email, and if you're watching this email in one of our newsletters, you can email us at feelgood@justfortummies.co.uk. If you're watching this on any of the social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, wherever else you might be watching this, then just reply in the appropriate box below the video. We'd love to hear from you, especially if you have IBS or you know someone that has IBS and you want to help them. As I say, we have years and years of experience in helping people resolve their IBS symptoms, and we'd absolutely love to hear from you, and we'd love to be able to help you. It's my passion for the past 3 decades now to help improve people's digestive, gut health, and ultimately their overall health, because you have to remember that if you've got a dysfunctional gut, you are going to have a dysfunctional immune system. Around 80% of your immune system is in your gut. It's very important that your gut is healthy so that it can keep you healthy. And the same, with the brain as well, that gut-brain axis. If you've got a dysfunctional gut, you're going to have a dysfunctional brain. So if you're feeling depressed, you've got a low mood, and you suffer with IBS as well, that could be the link, that could be the connection. The same with skin issues, that skin-gut axis. You may have skin issues like eczema, psoriasis. They're autoimmune skin diseases, so very much connected to the gut. and the same with acne, boils, carbuncles. It's the body's way of pushing toxins out, away from the vital organs, out through the skin, and they will be displayed as skin disorders. So any skin disorder, you need to look to the gut and the liver as well, and help support those organs, and you'll probably find that your skin will definitely improve. Anyway, that's it for now. Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you need to contact us, you know how to contact us. Take care then, and bye bye for now.